Hello and welcome to some Dyson Sphere Program. It's Monday, last stream of the weekend, and I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do today. My name's Trismegistus, by the way, even I can't say it. And this is, I think it's the 20th, it might be, 19th, 20th, something like that stream of Dyson Sphere Program. I'm going to have to load the game up because I'm not sure which one. Just getting some screen captures for my thumbnails over on YouTube's, so I'm not sure quite what's on the continue. Yeah, but we are basically building the Dyson Sphere. So what we really need to do is scale up, but scaling up requires, well, more power basically. And until the Dyson Sphere is a bit more significant, we haven't got that power. I mean, we could cover the planet in solar panels or, I don't know, wind turbines or something, but it's easier just to leave it essentially doing this first ring of the Dyson Sphere, and that'll get us quite a bit more power because we've got, I don't know, what's that about? It's less than a quarter, isn't it? But say a quarter of it done, and it's already giving us... Wait, is that the total power, or is that power from the... No, that's the total power, isn't it? So what's coming from the Dyson Sphere? 57 megawatts. So if that is a quarter, then we'll get 240 itself from just this single ring of the Dyson Sphere, and we'll probably get more than that because that's not a quarter. That's less than a quarter. So so basically, it'll then combine with what we're getting out there. So we get 170 there. So we can basically double, probably roughly double our power available, and at that point we're properly ready to do some scaling up. So what we're going to do today. It's taking quite a route. What we're going to do today is go interstellar, because I've unlocked some of the upgrades. We can probably add a few more on. Is that running? I'm not even sure which one that is. Where are we? Is that one? Oh, right, so this would get us more. So this would help out even more with the power, because this will let us have enable fewer of the, whatchamacallit, I forgot what they're called, the ray receivers, to get more power, sort of thing. So we can stack up a bunch of research as well, because we got everything up to the end game now requires just green cubes, and we're making them, but quite slowly and quite small. We can also play about with the proliferators and all that sort of stuff. What I would quite like to do is go to one of the nearby planets and find some of the diffraction gratings, so that we can use them to make some of these new miners, and I can play about with them a bit. Improves the mecha-core, greatly increases the upper limit of mecha-core energy. Then we get into white cubes, do we? Yeah, okay. Don't really need that. Don't need that. So it'd be good to do these two as well. Oh, the drive engine would be very good, but that's very expensive. So if we add... I mean, that's quite far off being done, but if we add that on, because that's only 800, 3,000. Wowza. They're both 3,000. Because what we also need to scale up is research. Yeah, they're white cubes now. I mean, we could do that, but I'm not producing enough cubes, to overload the speed of it. Let's do that one first, and then that one, and it'll just chunk away on those. So that's the other thing we need to scale up. We need to scale up science, but again, needs more power basically. What I would quite like to do, because organics is sort of the limiting point now. So by organics, I mean oil, basically. So I've got quite a few coal vans kicking about, which is good, because if we're going to use proliferators, I've got loads of coal available to make the juice, as it were. But basically, organics is kind of the limiting, by which I mean oil. I call them organics because it's organic chemistry. But we tapped up, I think, basically all of the oil things. There is, I think, one. Oh, no, there's one there. So we got one now. There is one. Is it this one? No. I think there's one knocking about somewhere that I've basically penned it in such a way that I can't exploit it. It might be worthwhile just running a belt all the way over here and adding this in here, because this is the... not here. Where is the other sulfuric acid? Oh, this is the plastics that's pointless. And I'm dedicating a load of crude oil into it, so maybe we could sort something out there. But you don't do anything with plastics other than make organic crystals out of it. Well, there may be some later ones. Is it at the top here somewhere? I'm sure there's one crude oil that I've basically... I can't get a extractor into it. But yeah, we're basically running out of crude oil, essentially. So there's that one there. I'm going to say we could... What are you doing? They're making organic crystals. Or they would be. What are you short of? You short of water? Oh, there's hardly any water. That needs to bump up. But say, I mean, I'm not in a mood to really do lots of twiddling about. I'd rather sort of we head off to another planet and kind of give it another go. Should I? There's no. It's basically, if I take this out, no, take that out, and I can stick them in there and put them in there. Oh, that in there. So people have discovered you can actually stack the effects of these, so you can have one essentially. So the feed in, so this line here, you can put a spray coater on it basically. So you can essentially feed, and you can feed it back into itself. So you can get more sprays out of the spray coater, and you can buff the spray coater itself. I was trying to look for somewhere to plop these to get them out of my inventory. I guess we could just put them in a chest up home. So we're currently down south. Because I don't need to take these with me. But we'll stock up with a bit of stuff. And then we'll head off to one of the other nearby planets. And I can sort of test out the... the logistics system I've put together. See if it all... In fact, speaking of which, let's just grab loads of warps. Oh, I don't need any of this rubbish. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Get rid of all of them. Oh, got loads of... why have I got a bunch of solar cells? Just chuck them in there. Chuck them in there. I should have done this before the stream, shouldn't I? I always say that, but I'll be honest, it didn't sort of occur to me. I didn't know what we were going to do at all, basically, today. Or I'm going to do. No, on chesticle. I appear to have lost one bit of glass somewhere. Oh, we've got stone. It's more important for me to carry these about than anything else, because if I... there's some things I'm not making and I'm going to hand make. But yeah, during the week I'll probably... Oops, wrong way. I'll probably do the tweaking. It'll stop me fiddling about too much on Factorio. I was getting a bit carried away again after the stream yesterday, fixing the blueprints, and it's like, well, if I keep doing that, how is it a streaming series if I do it all off stream? So we've got loads of labs on us. I guess we could put, say, that. Oh well, I could take that with us because there is a lava planet somewhere. I don't know where, but we can get rid of them. So I kind of need to make them in the system as well, so that I can drag them over to new planets and stuff. But yeah, I say there's not much point carrying drones and stuff around really, because they're all orderable from the system. So I don't need to have millions of them in my inventory. So a bit of silicon's missing. Where's copper? There it is. Get that there. Yeah, so it's more important really to have these topped off than things like belts and stuff, because I can just order them up. Right, where it is? It's over here. Okay. So we'll take a few with us. So let's have, say, I'm tempted to just stop using yellow belts altogether. So maybe if we have another, say, sort of like that. What's that? Another stack of them. Grab a bit there. Top that off. Inserters. Get rid of some of them. Could probably do with, you know, feeding them back as well. Assembly machines we should just get rid of. Again, that's another one I should really feed back now. I've unlocked the level 3, so we could make that. But what does it actually require? So building, yeah, you see it's particle fiber broadband or whatever it's called. And quantum chips, and they're really expensive anyway, so we won't make them yet. It's useful to have. It's a good machine, but yeah, I can't really. If I'm running out of power, I don't want to be. We need to take some with us, with the yellow and that, because otherwise it won't let us put down blueprints if we want to go down the blueprinting route. Because all my blueprints are level 1 stuff. I say I'm not really that impressed with the blueprint system, if I'm totally honest. I think I figured out how you're meant to use it, but it's not that. Oh. Should I take some of them, or we just stick them? Because haven't I got? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Because what I really need is more organics, as I say. So we need to find the organic planet again. Where are they? Are they in another one? Oh, there we go. So we want some of them. Just top that off. No, I got the wrong thing. In fact, let's get a couple of stacks of them. We kind of want to switch to using them as well. If I grab some solar panels, we can. Because obviously some planets don't have any wind. But even the tidally locked ones will have solar. I wonder what it does in the what you get in the you know, black hole system. I know you can build a Dyson Sphere around a black hole. So let's get a couple more of them, so that we've got plenty of. Obviously, they're in the system as well, so it's like self-providing. Oh, I don't want orbital collectors. I want them. Or no, orbital collectors are available, so I can. If there's a particularly useful gas giant, we can easily. And I've got 100 of the blooming things now. Yeah, okay, right, let's go interstellar. Where are we going to head to first? I cannot remember for the life of me which. Oh, have I got enough fuel and stuff? Yeah, it's loads. And that's orderable as well. And I can always, grab some trees or something. Oops. I cannot for the life of me remember what was on what planet. We kind of headed off in that direction, but didn't I go this way first? I mean, that's got optical crystal grating and is pretty close. So let's head over there. Kappa Score. In fact, I recognise that name. This is about the closest, isn't it? Oh, and that's got optical crystal grating as well. And it says ocean, which should mean... Oh, that's a better system, I think. Let's head over that way. Did I indicate that? If I did, I think I turned it off again. Kappa Score. There we go. Indicator. There we go. Right, let's get up to speed. Yeah, I mean, you see people building these giant... Let's just warp. Oh, wrong button. Science arrays for at the very start of the game, and I to me it's a bit sort of pointless because am I going to make this? I was hoping we might make it, but I think we're going to have to drop out of warp. So we're a fair distance away, but not that far. Bit of a journey, but that's fine. But yeah, so you see these things and they're making, 20 stacks of red cube, 20 like machines stacked up of red cubes, and it's like, that's fine, but it just seems a bit pointless to me because the tech tree is not actually that big when you really look at it. There's a lot. There's a fair amount of stuff. There's more upgrades, I think, than there are techs. And we've done, basically all the techs, all the techs, and most of the upgrades, with only like whatever it is, 4 machines making blue and 5 machines making red. So, you need that volume of stuff for later. In fact, where are we going? Where are we heading to in this system? What are you? Arid desert? What does ashen jelly soul mean? Ice-filled jelly soul. So where... Oh, I guess the ocean. The ocean must have been talking about... But that's the one with the optical crystal gratings on. So if we go there, rather than where we're heading. There we go. Oh yeah, but... I mean, I guess it's... maybe it's more for the thumbnail, as it were, but you need that, or if you want to go for the white science and have like mega base scale, you need that eventually. So I suppose there's an argument for setting up, but for me it seems a bit like just a pointless resource sink, really. Right then, so where is this optical crystal fractal, whatever it calls it? There it is. Is that all of it? It is all of it. Okay, so that is this way, I think. There he is. There it is. Okay. So ironically, we need to mine it with level 1 mining before we can... I've got that right, haven't I? I've not been stupid there, and it's... Where's the level 2 miner? There it is. Yeah, it's these boys. Because that is optical crystal grating. And that's what this is. Yeah, okay. So we need to mine it up. In fact, shall I stick on all the bunch of... Yeah, okay. We're going to need some power. Excuse me. I've got something stuck in my teeth. Where's the North Pole? Anyway, let's do that. There we go. Right, so normally what we need to do is find the equator. And plot this over here. And go up like that. I mean, these are perfect for ordering up from the old interplanetary logistics, because you need loads of them. Where does this take us up to? So if we sort of stop there, then it looks like... Is it one in? One in. Okay. So we go down there. Oops, no. Hang on, that's not right, is it? What's happened there? That should be there. Why is that not? What? Hang on. Have I just put that on the wrong... Oh, I picked the wrong line. What an idiot. What an idiot. Everyone laugh at the idiot. No, that one didn't quite go. So that would be there. What an idiot. That. Still easy to fix now with the new systems they put in place. Yeah, so up to there. Say? Yeah. Ah, damn. I said a few weeks ago there was somebody on the old YouTube comments saying not to use wind turbines, but yeah. I'm sure they've balanced it, but you get slightly more power out of the solar, but of course solar is... I didn't actually check. Does this wind energy ratio 70%? There you go. Because obviously that it might not have an atmosphere, so there might not actually be any wind. So it's that one there. Would we say? Yeah. Watch me do exactly the same thing again. Yeah, you do get slightly more out of each solar panel. But of course the solar panels are... they won't work continuously because there's... Well, unless you've got a tidally locked planet, so a planet where it's always facing the sun, on one side, you're bound to have sunrises and sunsets, so it sort of balances out. You can of course put them in more densely as well, the old solar panels, because you don't have this distance limit. But again, for half of each day they're basically useless. Well, they're not, because I think it does account for sunrise and sunset, but I don't know. Oh, run out. There we go. So, let's test this system. So the idea, and what I've been doing, you don't have to power these to order stuff in. Oh, that's a point. Did I put warpers in all of the things? I'm not sure if I did or not. That could be a bit... I mean, it's only a short hop over. I'm pretty sure I put warpers in them all. We'll see. We will see. So, what I do is I order that and I say, right, I want quite a few because I might as well put them all on here. And then we go remote demand. Hey, there we go. So 600 in transit. Now, hopefully, because warpers required, yeah. What they didn't do when they first set this up, or in the first iteration of it, is it didn't require warpers, so the things would set off, and there was no maximum distance. This distance to enable warp as well was put in, so that basically it's saying if it's over 12 AU being the distance from the sort of planet to the sun in your home system, but if it's not that, if it's over that, then you have to use a warper. So if you've not got access to warper, you won't even attempt it. So that's the system they put in, because if it wasn't there, so what would happen is you would order them up. There weren't any warpers and there wasn't any limit on the distance they would travel, so they would just try. Here we go. Here's the boys bringing me stuff, or just one, because each one carries 600. And off it goes. It warps out. If we can watch it. Can we watch it? So we should see it going to warp. There we go. Boom. It's like Star Trek. But yeah, they would just try and fly over. So the transit time. Should I? If I put that to remote storage, and we'll just grab all of these. But the transit time obviously is enormous, and so they would just set off. It's a bit like the colonisation thing. If you're trying to colonise another planet, with our current technology and all that sort of stuff, you'd have to, go at the current maximum speeds we can, which are very, very sublime, and you'd end up. People would have to either do it as generational thing, that they would have kids on board, and they themselves probably wouldn't make it to the, to wherever you were going, or going. Oh, I mean, you can't go into cryosleep. That's all science fiction, but yeah, or you do it automated. You don't send people. It's just robots. And then you wait a couple of 100 years to arrive. But yeah, as I say, people are essentially losing all of their, drones to the interstellar distance. I mean, you could get, they would take on warpers. It wasn't like they would, not use warpers if they didn't have them. It's just if you set it up or messed it up, as it were, and you started requesting things where they didn't have warpers, they would just attempt to do the journey. And you didn't, because they're not. You can't grab them out the air like in Factorio. You just have to just sort of wait for them to finish, basically. Is that true? I seem to remember. I mean, if it attempts to, it won't finish a job if you change the job, basically. Or sometimes it will and sometimes it won't. It's sort of a clever system. But yeah, so you could sometimes cancel the job and they would come back, sort of thing. But not always. I'm not saying that as a criticism, by the way. It's sort of one of those things, really. Sorry, I was just looking at the stats again. There's loads and loads of frames being missed, so it's still choppy. It seems better though. Right, is that all of that done? Oh, I didn't put the things at the top, did I? So how many have that taken? Oh, we got loads here, so we don't need to probably order them up anymore. It's obviously that gap. So I'll connect them up with thingy. Ah, planetary ion ionosphation. Get one of them in. Pick you up. The crystal gratings were somewhere close to one of these lines. Oh, there they are. Yeah, that should get us... I don't know. Wasn't really paying attention, but... that'll get us enough to do some mining of those. Okay. So how much power do we have? 44.2 megawatts. So yeah, that'll get us enough. Where are they? Over there. Right, so let's get these mined. There's no special things with any of these special resources. You just, you know, you just grab them in the same way, really. Do that there. One there. One there. Put you there. How many is that? 3. In fact, if I do 3, 6, 3. Oh, that's is that 8 I've got? Where can I sneak another one in? There, maybe? Yeah, that'll do. So that gets us 9. We'll put these straight into a logistics station, I think. So they're available, you know, back on the home system and stuff. Where do I want to do that? I'll leave a bit of space, I think. So if I line up that with the middle. So put you in there. Let's say that one there, maybe. Is that going to connect? Yeah, lovely jubbly. On there. That. Bet this one will be a bit weird. Yeah. And then. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh! 3, 6. Oh, so I have ended up with 8. Oh, wait. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Not sure how I managed that. Seem to get me maths all wrong there. And then do to say there. Collide with other object. I don't know how much the diagonals save you in terms of belts. I always sort of assumed it wasn't very much at all, to be honest with you. But they look pretty cool. Okay. So that's all sort of lined up. We'll put... I guess if we put, say... Again, so, I mean, we can actually order the bots up, if you see what I mean. We wouldn't have to... I don't have to actually put these in. We can order them and they'll effectively go into the inventory. I've managed to get one too many. There we go. 50. They stack to 100 now. Still 10 of them, obviously, because there's 10 slots. But what we can do is we can have this one, because it's the special, you know, special thing that we want. We should be able to order up some more, because they should be available in the system as well, I think. So we should be able to order some, and they'll go into this one, but then they're available, if I do local supply, any other building we do here, they're available there as well. So we need this to be the Optical rating, we'll just let it fill up, I guess. Okay, so, because what I'm thinking is maybe we can try and make the actual things here. And I can do some mining of everything else and set up some systems for the other stuff. The other option is just to make them available, you know, for remote supply and stuff. Yeah, we'll give it a go. So we want, I want to put in some of these boys. Get some local power and then, oh, optical grating crystal. You discovered and mined an optical grating crystal on Kappa Scorpii 4. One of the rarer things in the universe. It has natural grooves on its surface, a rare raw material used for manufacturing optical components. Lovely. It always reminds me that, or Kappa Scorpii 4 reminds me of Scorpius from a show called, what was it called? Farscape, I think? Something like that. It's one of the sort of more obscure... It's like an Australian-American co-production, I think. One of the more obscure... 90s science fiction shows. Let's put one of them on. In fact, let's put one of them on there. And then... If I pop you on there, are you gonna... Oh. Too far. Too far. A bridge too far. I could have used them, couldn't I? Or one of them. Ah, well, never mind. Never mind. Right, so that should be connected to the network. Are any of these overflowing their lines? No, it all looks good. Are they all good? No, all looks good. Okay, so we know. In fact, can I hand make any of them so I can at least test them out? Because it'll be better to replace them instantly. Having put them all in, it'd be better to take them out again. So I need 40, but then I've got everything else. Okay. So why don't I grab, say, 100 or something, and see if I can't make... So I can make 2. So what we'll do then... I've made one now. Okay, so we'll just get rid of what I've just put in, obviously, because that's sensible. Let's get rid of the belts. And in fact, let's get rid of it. Right. Let's see how this works then. Where's it gone? There it is. So can I put it here? Too close to another logistics station. Okay. Maybe I'll just put it on the... Yeah, there we go. Oh, there you go. So I can cover the entire patch. Okay. It needs power, obviously. But you have 9 outputs. Yeah, here we go. So we've got 9 ways out, as it were. Or in. I guess we could... This is where I'm wondering if the proliferator is any real help and what it would do for us in terms of raw material. Because it doesn't have a... You can do this, you see, gathering speed. It like overclocks it automatically, and I think that's because you can't use proliferators on raw materials in quite the same way. We couldn't speed this up because obviously I guess it's coming straight out, so you've got no opportunity to put a proliferator on. What I am wondering though is, can I double up? Can I have these as well? Oh, you can. So you could absolutely cane a resource. Yeah, so it'll do both of them. Wow. I'm not going to because it sort of doesn't really matter, but... Wow, okay. Interesting. What I think we'll do though, because you can do it bots, I think. Supply, 5,000, no power. So I think drones will pull it in if we do sort of local demand. Oh, I need to power it first, don't I? It's not going to do anything of that. So, give it some power. In fact, let's just stick one of these in. Oh, wrong button. So it's cut. Ooh, pretty. Oh, very pretty. Oh, and excuse me, I like that. You see that travelling there? That's cool. Yeah, so they'll just grab it. But it means this has to be on local demand, doesn't it? Or if I just put local supply. Yeah. So if I overclock it, what actually happens? So I haven't got the power to support that. Yeah, so it does it at the cost of power. So, oh, it massively increases the power demand because that's 2.94 megawatts. If we treble it, it goes up to 25.3 megawatts. So what about, say, 100% extra? Sorry, 200% extra, not 300. So that's 11.7. So it must be a logarithmic scale of some description. Wow. So I guess at endgame, when you're, just drowning in power because you've got multiple Dyson spheres, that'd be useful, but we'll just leave it at 100. It's not a massive patch anyway. It'll probably be eaten through it in no time flat. How quickly does 100%... How many belts can I support then? This is the next question. Let's just take it around the side here. So this is 2 level 3 belts. 1, 8, 6, 5. So that's 1350 a minute. I wish it would give everything in seconds or everything in minutes. But that's going down. You can see that's going down. So 2 blue belts is fine. Right, okay. So they're now available. Aren't there others? Isn't there some other? So there's fire ice and fractal silicon here as well. So can I... I'm not sure. I don't think a lot of the raw resources are available. So if I wanted to make more of these... Because it'd be nice to get one on each of the... Oh, I can make 2 more. Then what do we run? Oh, we run out of them. Okay, so... I grab... 67 more of them. Can I make more? I can make another one. And then I'm out again. So it uses a lot of them, relatively. I can make 1 more after this, because I've only got 20 titanium alloy. And I guess not enough frame material either. But I'm not sure I can order up more of the raw resources. I don't think I've set those to international availability. So if we just stick it on 100, it tends to round up because unless you've set this is what this is for. So you can set that so that it'll only take 10. So if I request 100, the drones carry the loggy vessels carry 600. So it will all, if that's 100 on the other end, it will bring 600 even if I set it to 100. Which is another thing I'm not sure I could, because they only stack to 100, don't they? So that sort of fill up my inventory. Yeah, I'll leave that for the mine. We've got enough of these fancy miners to do the novel patches, as it were. Haven't we? Yeah, we've got 3, and there are... So there's fire ice and fractal silicon here as well somewhere. There we go, fractal silicon there. Is that the entire patch? That's the entire patch as well. So we're going to do a similar sort of thing there. Oh, so this is this here. So let's build it in that direction. I suggest. After that one. So if we have this, can we cover the whole patch? Yeah, we can cover the whole patch. Super duper. And then we want another international laddie. It's too close, too close, too close, too close. There we go. Because these are effectively, you know, interstellar things. Because I'm sure it'll... Because it just says supply, so it must let you do it interstellar as well. So we know that a couple of blue belts will sort it out. In fact, let's do it straight in this time. Since it's... Oh, I've misaligned them. Because I am the genius. Right, just get that there. Nope. There. I am the genius. There you go. And then, I guess if we just do... No. There you go. The outside ones. We'll plop in one of these. And then... Where's the nearest bit of the... No. We seem to be roughly equidistant, so... Need a couple of these. Let's put one, say, up there. No. Oh, fractosilicon. You discovered and mined fractosilicon on Kappa Scorpii 4, one of the rarer things in the universe. You can't help but appreciate that there are ores with such perfect fractal structure in the universe. Okay, so you're doing that. I've not set this to... what is it? There it is. Fractal silicon. We want sort of 50 of them in, 10 of them in. We want warpers. But let's request them across locally. Trying to keep with my... we want remote storage. Oh, we don't want 10,000 of them though. My hub and spoke approach. There you go. So it's bringing 140 because that's what one of these drones now carries. Or I guess 70. No, it's two of them, isn't it? Because 70 is less than it, or more than one carries, and then 140 is two. Hello, Duck D123. Thank you for the comment. I don't think you have to plan one planetary for each miner. You just need one or two planetaries to collect all the resources needed. Yeah. It's just I just, you know, you can do it however you want, sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just putting these in because it's, you know, easy enough to do. I mean, I've got hundreds of these, so I'm not fussed about using lots of them. And welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, comment. Right, so the other one we should have on this planet is fire ice, which, I mean, we got loads of back home, but we might as well grab that as well. It'll probably give us the notification because I've never actually mined it back on our home planet. So is that all of it? No, there must be another one as well somewhere. 1.9, so... Oh. So it's there, okay. Yeah. I mean, what I could do, as you suggest, I mean, I don't think that'll cover it. Isn't it? How close can you get these? Because this is too big a patch for one to cover. I've only got two of them though. If I do... Oops, no, that was in the wrong place. Yes. Can you put them right next to each other? No. So you're not covering that, are you? That's interesting. I wonder if you can arrange them maybe... Yes. Top on, maybe? Will that let me do... No, there's obviously a... Can't overlap a single tile. Because this goes over, I guess. Okay. That's interesting. Right. We'll just use some regular miners, I think. What gets me the most coverage? That's probably best, isn't it? So yeah, we'll just stick on some, because I can double over. I say, just you can multiply mine them, but I say these resources are not. It's we're still at a scale where maxing everything out isn't really going to be massively beneficial. Right. So I think I'll just chuck another one of these in. So I've got millions of them, might as well use them. Is that lined up? Doesn't look like it's lined up. No? Yep, it is. Okay. Up there. Just say there. Oh, I don't really need that. Doesn't really need to be blue belt, I guess. Where did I take it to? About there. There we go. Yeah, I'll just use some of them to cover those two. And pop that in. Where's that? Oh, it's right there. Out there. That up. And then this is what? Fractal silicon? Where's that? No. It's fire ice, isn't it? Not fractal silicon. Right, a few warpers. Set that low first so we don't get a billion of them. Local demand. Storage. Some of them. Some of them. Cool. So there's another one of those, but we've only got one of our things left. Let's see if I can order up some titanium alloy. Oops. Don't want that. That stuff there. So put it to 100, but it'll bring us... No, I don't think that's in the general logistics system. And it's probably virtually none of it left anyway. Ah, that's the mecha core. Cool. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, there's obviously none of that, anywhere in the system. Well, there is, but not available via, remote demand, etc. Okay. I wonder if frame materials would be. No. It's probably actually ones that don't have warpers. So it's probably, they are probably set to, remote supply, but there's just no warpers in those because I've not really been round and put those in yet. Because say we're sort of so power. I didn't set the Dyson Sphere, did I? Oh, bum. Can I do it? Oh, I can do. Ah, you didn't. I'm not sure you used to be able to do that remotely. Let's pause that. Okay. So I'm just going with a super boring design. But we'll get some of these in so it doesn't stop. I mean, it's not actually filled them all in, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just, we'll fill it in with nice, simple design. It's done quite a bit though. We only had 4. I think it was, or 5 done when it's when I started the stream. Cool. that run. Yeah, so there is the other fire ice, I guess, here. I mean, what I need to do really is like properly, exploit these planets. And that's, that was kind of what I was hoping the whole blueprinting system would make easier, but there's either a lot more nuance to it than I've understood. So I think it's probably better to have like generic blueprints is my sort of feeling. Like just different ways of putting things in and out with different numbers of items and that sort of thing. And then you can set them to whatever you want for each one. And then just use the copy paste. Because this I took hours to do this, and it's still a bit rubbish. And it's all level 1 stuff, so even if I put it down, I'd have to upgrade it all. And doesn't seem to be any way to quickly upgrade, really. Okay, so we got all the weird things on this planet. Let's have a look and see. There was some weird stuff on. Was it there? No, that's all normal. Oh, it's very windy though. Lots of lovely wind on there. Was it this one then that's got something else? Oh no, it's just fire ice and fractal silicon again. So what I'm planning, what I'm planning with this stream is basically to go to the local systems and see if we can't pull some stuff in to home that we found. I'd also quite like to find the magma planet again. I can't even remember where that was. Because I can't remember. I should have. You can change the names, and I should do that really to tell me what's on them. But one of them had sulfur, didn't it? Ah, there we go. That's sulfuric acid. That can't have been where I went. That's miles away. Is it one of these then? Fire ice optical. Oh, more optical crystal grating. So that's got kimberlite. So we've not mined that yet. Oh, organic crystals and crude oil. Ah, that's the other big thing we're missing. Organics. Oh, spiniform stalagmite crystal and sulfuric acid. What is that star? That is. Okay. What are you? Type R. Where do we want to go next then? If we go fire ice, kimberlite ore. Which one was it? So you're the one with crude oil, spiniforms, and sulfuric acid. But you're quite a long way away. Is that home? No. Which is home? That's home. So what about these ones? Crude oil and organic crystals. Crude oil, organic crystals and sulfuric acid. So I think we might go there instead. I think that's the opposite direction to what I was doing before. So I don't think we've actually been to that planet before. That system. Okay, so let's put the indicator on that. I did just want to check. Has everyone got warpers? You've got warpers and bots. You've got warpers and bots. Where's my other one? Over there. You've got warpers and bots. Okay, so everything here now is available to back home. I say what I really need to do is exploit a lot of these planets, but say I'm not quite in the mood to do that yet. I think we'll just get up to a reasonable sort of speed and warp in. We'll do a more sort of because I haven't exploited any of these rare resources apart from fire ice on the old gas giant. But But yeah, I think worth getting them in and sort of playing with them. Because I kind of need things to do while we get that initial little bit of Dyson Sphere built so that I can ramp some of the other stuff up. How are we doing? So we're about 3 light years away. So we should get there, I think, without having to drop out. It's really pretty, the effect they do with this warping. Wait. Is that where we're going? That's where we're going, isn't it? Ooh. Right. A moment of disorientation while you work out where you are. Right, so what have we got here? We've got a volcanic ash planet. That's the one with... Ah! And we could try the magma thing. Ah. And that's Hurricane Stone Forest. Okay. That's not got organics on it, though. Ah, so that's a proper organic planet. Prairie, it calls it. Okay. So let's go there first. Ooh. Super zoomed out. I say we'll give the. I built one of those magma things. I don't think I can build any more, but it looks like a little marble, doesn't it? Wallop. So didn't it say this one had sulfuric acid on it? What have we got on here? Ah, here we go. Here's your sulfuric acid. So we'll get some of that in the system as well then. You know, pump it in. Oh. Maybe I won't use the magma thing, because this isn't actual magma, is it? But then I guess it wouldn't be. It wouldn't have both sulfuric acid and actual magma. It'd have one, always has one or the other. Any weird stuff on here? No, just the sulfuric acid. Okay, we'll set up planetary logistics. Where's a good place to have it? We can have one there and sort of pump a load in from both. Because sulfuric acid is proving a bit... I say, because we haven't got the organics to support it. Oh, that's a point. Have I got... Can I even make the pumps I need? Yeah, we'll do it here. Okay. So I'll pop this in first, I think. But we need to put some... In fact, can we? Wind ratio 80%. Okay, so we can put some... wind turbines in. I'll put that sort of equidistance. And then I can make 12. That's not brilliant. What am I going to run out of? Again, a lot of this low-level stuff probably isn't in... Well, it's in the system, but it's not... It doesn't have the warpers. Let's see. I could flatten the edge out, couldn't I? But I think I'd rather just keep it au naturel. Come on. For the time being. So if I make... How much do they pump? Oh, a bit. 75 a minute. Oh, it's doing the minute and seconds thing again. So if it's 75 a minute... $6 a second. So... it's like 1.15 a second, isn't it? So... 3 would be 3.45, so 3.5. So it's like 5 should fill a yellow belt. So I wish they just gave you all the stats at the same, in the same language, as it were. How do I want to do this? So if we just put it in there, and then I can sort of tie those up, I guess. And that, and then add you on there. So we'll set it up, but I need to put the turbines in. We don't have the stars yet. One like that. Sulfuric acid. Supply. Drones. So we're going to put some turbines on. Let's find the equator, which is that way. I could probably blueprint this, but I really struggled with the angles when I was trying to do big world blueprints. Right. Here we go then. Oh. So that's to there. So that one will be there. It's that there. So all there. Okay. So before I use these to help navigate as well, because I find the planet's difficult to sort of grok sometimes when you're flying around them. I suppose now that I've got a lot of foundations, I can start colouring some of the planets in. So it's that line there, isn't it? You don't appear to be able. That's another thing. You don't appear to put the foundations in blueprints, so that doesn't really help either. I'm doing a lot of moaning today. Right. Apologies if the stream went weird then. OBS seemed to have a moment. I'm sure it's fine. It says I'm still live. Right. So to there. That's a point. I forgot to cross the gaps, as it were. Oh. Right. To there. Oh. So that there. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that organic planet next, because I've not... don't think I've been to one it calls a prairie. I assume that's what your home planet is, a prairie. one of these in. And where is it now? I've lost track of where the... Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow, is that enough power? Right, okay. More then. In fact, wasn't this quite a low ratio? 80%? No, 80% is not too bad. Okay. I guess it's high because the old drone is the old, you know, logistics station is charging up. Yeah, I forgot to bridge those gaps. Some of the others. Yeah. Done that. Yeah, so I need to come and bridge the gaps. Yeah, that's the whole planet. Yeah, so it's charged up now, so it's obviously fine. Just put one there. Wait, is that connected to both? Yeah. I can sort that out later, but there we go. So that's should be pulling in some, yeah, there we go, sulfuric acid. It's only a yellow belt's worth there. Nope, got my maths wrong. There's a surprise. And how many more did I have? Where are they? There they are, 2 more. Make more than that. I'm not going to be able to make any oil extractors if I use too much basic stuff, but can I get another? Yeah, we'll leave that then. I won't bother putting any more on there. Bulk supply, remote supply. Cool. Okay. It's not a massively interesting planet fundamentally, but yeah, sulfuric acid. Now, are you the organic planet? Hurricane Stone Forest. Oh, we've got some weird in the plane orbits. Cool. Right, let's go and have a quick look at that. I'm not sure what that means. Hurricane thingy, what's it? Just want to see this one, really. It's one of my favourite bits of the game, just exploring around. A lot of the planets are quite similar, though. Right, so what was I going to do here? So we need to get some fuel in. And head over here. Because what I'm planning on doing is going home again, and then... Oh, this was the marble one. Oh, okay, so it's this. I think I had seen one of these before. Not with these things, though. They look like little fingers, like skeletal fingers. But yeah, the marbly effect I've seen before. It's quite cool. Is there anything particularly interesting? It's just regular stuff, isn't it? But quite big numbers of copper and titanium. Cool, okay. Let's go to the actually interesting planet then. I mean, we could head over to the black hole and stuff and get the unipolar magnets, I guess. Wow, this is green. Green with exclamation points. Blimey. It's almost painfully green. Looks like a tennis ball that's going bald. Four. Oh, wow, okay. That's a nice little plot there. I'm probably, what I'm probably going to do with them for the time being, because I do need to come and exploit a lot of these planets properly. But I'm probably just going to stick the raw resources in and order them up at home. And I say, when we get to a stage where, you know, this is actually, you know, filled in this first row, we'll be in a lot better position in terms of available power and demand and all that sort of stuff. So that's when I'll start, you know, properly exploiting. Well, yeah, I'll do the exploiter in order to support that one scaling up. Oh, hello, Grim. How you doing? You alright? You done your commute? How much? So it's about a quarter now, isn't it? Let's give in 71. So 140, 280 megawatts then, ish, plus the solar things. So yeah, we're going to be kind of roughly double what we've currently got. And I can now, I've done the tech. In fact, actually, have we run out of? No, we're still going. But I've done the tech now to use the warpers as well, so we can really pull it in very small space, basically. How's that actually doing? It'll have run out of green cubes because there's so few being made. Edwin took over an hour and a half. Blimey. Is that? I assume that's where you're doing a job, is it? Where you're sort of commuting to? Do you? I mean, you get. I hope you get like expenses and stuff. Because that sounds doesn't sound fun at all. That hour and a half. It's one of my how to put it, like lines in the sand with jobs is the commute time. It's one of the reasons, because I used to do contracting back when I was a software, analyst programmer, software developer. I used to do contracting, and basically I just got fed up of the long drives. Because, I mean, in theory you can do, you know, public transport and stuff, but it takes just as long. I mean, maybe you arrive a bit less tired, but it just takes, if not, you know, the same time, then longer. I always found. Working in Bexhill. I live in West Sussex. Phil gets paid for, but nothing else. Okay. But yeah, I used to do some fairly long commutes with some of the jobs I did, and I just always found it such a grind, because it's like you can't. It's one of the things when we get autonomous vehicles, like proper ones. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. Is just the, you know, if you can just, because I don't like traveling public transport anyway, because being big, you don't really sort of fit in the seats and stuff. And certainly you're more squished into people than, you know, anyone is. And so I really don't like public transport, sort of full stop. So I'm really looking forward to getting an autonomous car, and you just get in, tell it you want to go to this place, and then, you know, just have a nap, or, you know, well, play on my Steam Deck maybe, something like that, you know. I mean, I always, because that's one I think, because obviously I say it's one of my personal hates, but I know a lot of other, they enjoy, you know, I mean, I enjoy travelling and going places, but it's the being in the place rather than the actual travelling I enjoy. Right, well, give this last one of these a go. Won't cover the whole patch again, will it? How best can I do? So that would cover all bar 5. And that's all bar 4. Oh, autosave. All bar 4. So I think that's kind of the best we can do. I mean, I'm guessing I could put it at different angles, but last of it tomorrow. All doors hung and door furniture on. Just need to do door stops and I'm done. Yes, yeah. This is the new miner. Basically, it's really cool because unfortunately, I can't make another one. In fact, no, can I? You can't put them right. Oh, I can't. I haven't got any. Oh, I've literally 4 short. You can't put them right next to each other, so I couldn't put. Because this covers like a huge area underneath it. And you might think, well, I can just, you know, cover that one and then put one next to it, or half and half the patch or something like that. But you can't put them right next to each other. There has to be a little gap between them. But you can double mine with these. So if you were absolutely doing a mega base, you could like saturate, because you can obviously, I don't tend to do it. I can never remember how to do it, in fact. You can obviously do that sort of rotation, and you could get, if you're, you know, really keen to, you could put these in as well and absolutely drown the patch in resources. But this also, you can overclock it. Now the power cost is ridiculous. So it's not got power, but it's some kind of like exponential curve to it, because just mining itself, it's like 2.9 megawatts or something. But then if you ramp it up to 300%, it's like 25 megawatts. So it's like nearly 10 times as much for only getting 3 times as much out. But it basically acts, so I don't know if you've not seen it at all, but I'm going to stick it in with belts. But basically it has 9 outputs, and that's why, because if you obviously, you know, put it up to 300%, you're going to need the output. Is that right? So I'll put the belt, so you can do the belt. Oops, didn't mean to do that. You do the belts direct in, but it has, I say, it's 9 outputs on it. But also, as you can see here, it acts as a logistics one. So I'm not doing that because I want these crystals. Say I'm going to basically take them home. For the time being, I'm not exploiting these planets fully. But in order to get it into this, from here to here, you have to set that to local demand. And then obviously, I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's interstellar that I'm worried about, but I just want to leave it so it's available when I come here as well, sort of thing. But yeah, if you do local demand, it, you know, the drones will do it. So you could do both. So I say you could have this clocked up to 300, all of the belts coming out, and drones as well, because they're independent systems. So you could, I mean, you could like mine a patch out in like an hour or something, probably. I didn't really do that. Why are you coming? There you go. But yeah, so you, and I say you can then also add these in, so you could get so much out of it that you could probably mine a small patch out in, you know, a very short period of time if you really wanted. It's also, I mean, we'll get it up and running, but I need to put a load of blooming, you know, power on, but it's a really cool animation as well. I'll just stick some of these in here. Can you gonna go in there? Yeah. There. Organic crystal mining. It's giving me all of these because although I've been and seen all of them, I haven't actually mined any of them yet. Right, we'll pop one of these in as well. Get everyone powered up. Oh. It's obviously not running at anything. It's full whack, but oh, that's annoying. There we go. Yeah, so there's not enough power. I knew that. There we go, 50 there. There. Did I request warpers on the other planet? I'm not sure I did I? Don't think I did. You discovered a mineral vein of organic crystal on Ashtaroth 3, one of the rarer things in the universe. They're distributed across the universe and can be used to make higher strength crystals. Mm-hmm. Right, so we need a bit of blooming wind power on here as well. Like Satisfactory. Yes, yeah, you're overclocking them, yeah. I think it's more extreme though. Than Satisfactory. As I say, it goes so well. I can actually do it since we've got it running, even though it's not really running. Oh, no power. Okay. Maybe if I get rid of that, and then it's not connected, is it? If I do that, you're just going to fall over. Okay, so I can't really show it until I've powered it up properly. But well, I can. I mean, you see it's at 1.0. That's not, I say, that's only 35%. But if you ramp that up, well, you see it kills it. Because it's too much power demand. But yeah, it's like exponential or something. Right, so I need to put this back in. Where's it gone? There it is. Yeah, so we need to get some more turbines in. Where's the... So we're nearly on the equator, aren't we? So... Fine. There we go. Is that the equator? But this planet is like incredibly green. It's like possibly the most green colour I've ever seen. No underclocking, no, not that I can tell. The slider only goes, it starts at 100%. I guess technically you're sort of underclocking it if you don't provide it enough power. I guess technically, but no, you can't underclock it, no. I think it's there basically because you know the whole new proliferator. I'm not sure you were here on Friday, but there's this whole proliferator system, which is basically their version of prod modules and speed modules. You can basically have one or the other on a system, so it either runs faster or things, but it uses an actual spray. It's a spray coating on the things. It's an interesting idea. And what they have actually tweaked, and I think it's because they saw some of the reaction to it, but originally, like the level 3 proliferator required Casimir crystals, so it was incredibly expensive. And I mean, I even posted on Reddit basically saying, you know, why would I ever use Casimir crystals just to get even, you know, a little bit of free stuff? And instead now it's all like, it's basically like coal stuff. So it's literally coal, raw coal for the level 1, and then diamonds for the level 2. I didn't fill the gaps. Diamonds for the level 2. So effectively coal again, because you make, you know, diamonds out of coal. And then carbon nanotubes for the level 3, which again are effectively, I mean, you need to add titanium obviously, but let's just landfill it. I've got loads of stuff, so might as well. Minimum size. No decoration. But yeah, I mean, people have found out that you can, like, you can basically use the proliferating. You can use the proliferator on the proliferator, basically, so you can. Essentially get it to, it gives you free stuff of itself in a sense. It's a bit difficult to explain, especially with that name. You didn't see that, no. So yeah, the other thing they've introduced is, I mean, they're calling it so that's the spray coater, and basically you put on, so these things, you make these, so coal, diamond, you know, plus the low level, and then carbon nanotubes. So diamond, of course, I mean, you turn it into graphite, but it, you know, it's coal basically, and then carbon nanotubes are graphene rather, which then we. So you know, it is a bit of a chain, but it's all carbon based. So it's almost like you're spray coating it with some sort of carbon, like lubricant each time, and what it gives you is either a speed boost. That looks like I've probably missed something there, because that's the wrong one. So I've misaligned something there. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, so it's sort of like a sort of a graphite or carbon-based lubricant, I guess. But say you can feed it back into itself. So should we connect this up now? Might as well. So you get, you know, even though it is relatively expensive for the high level one, it gets you even more free stuff. There you go, you see? So that's the animation. Does this zappy, like, almost looks like the Matrix, you know, but you can see the, like, particles flying up. And it's also got this, like, internal, I don't know, whatever the heck it's meant to be, but like lift inside it, like a diagonal lift. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Oh, it's done. There you go. They achieve a lot with a very little with the animation, I think, because a lot of this is like in game. It's like effects basically, because this isn't really. That is an animation of a thing, but even that is like an internal thing, and this is all an effect. It's not actually, you know, the model itself is not really deforming or changing in any way. It's just a cool lighting effect, basically. It's effectively a shader. And it's a really clever way of doing it because it looks spectacular. And like these going across the top, it's just light moving across. It's not... There's no... I mean, you know, these are animated. You know, the turbine is spinning around. But everything else, I mean, and you've got like inside, there's a bit of animation in the miners. But that's lighting. You know, you've got lots of glowy things on it. It's very clever how they, you know, they've done it with sort of lighting effects, right? And you know, these things. I mean, there's no animation to that other than the changing lighting, basically. Very, very clever. Right, so we've still not got enough power, have we? So I still need more plumbing. So I need to work out how the heck to get the planetary blueprints working, because it doesn't seem to make sense to me. Right, so let's get this land filled in. We'll also get some organic stuff from here, and that'll probably be the stream for today. Because there was that nice pack. In fact, can I even make any? That might be a blocker. Yeah, I can make 6 of them, so let's get them made. Oh, it's stone we ran out of. Okay. But yeah, the flaw of how I've currently set it up is that I don't have the raw materials, as it were, in the system properly. Well, they're in the system, but they're not. I can't order them up because the things don't have warpers. I forgot to add them on. So, there-ish maybe? Right. That's a relatively easy, well, a bit tedious, but a relatively easy fix. Also give me something to do that isn't surging ahead with the Factorio blueprints. I really, really love doing that, but I'm still not convinced it's great. A great stream, because it's I just get so into it. It's like I almost forget, you know, I forget I'm even streaming, which isn't good for engaging with the old audience. Right, so fill these in. I say this planet is so green, it's almost painful. Right. It's turned blue though, so unless I've missed one out. I think we've got enough power there. Let's see how many we can do. 140 left. So we need a bit of landfill here, little bridge. But yeah, I mean, now that I've got, you know, reasonable access with stuff to other planets, I could also landfill my home planet. You know, just completely landfill it, because I've got water available. It's not brilliantly efficient, I don't think, but it'd give me a lot more building space. I can just flatten everything. And if I can outsource all of the oil supply, whether it be as ore or processed materials. Oh, that one's done. Cool. Then that'll give me a lot of space as well, because a big chunk of the home planet is all processing organics. I like that this looks like a bit like a river. I think they must have tweaked some of the like algorithms for generating the planets, because they all just used to look like a noise function, a bit like Factorio's, where it's clearly just a noise algorithm with a filter on it. Yeah, they sort of look a bit like rivers. Well, they do to me anyway. Right, get this done. There. Oops. Oh. That's what concrete is for, yeah. I mean, why invent concrete if you're not going to completely concrete your planet? I mean, you know, God wouldn't have given us concrete if he didn't want us to just concrete everything. To ungreen planets, yeah. I did actually wonder, you know, another add in the combat thing, I did actually wonder if they would add some kind of environmental aspect to it. I said this before, I mean, I'm guessing that's what the combat is, effectively. A bit like, you know, good old Factorio with its... Oh, I didn't fill them in properly, did I? With the bugs responding to, you know, responding to your pollution, basically. I assume that's going to maybe be a similar thing. Maybe they react to drones or something. And come and attack your drones. But, yeah, I did wonder if they would add some mechanism like that, because it is a bit odd when you think about it, that you basically turn up on all these planets. There's no life. Not, well, there's, you know, trees and stuff, but there's no life. And you're just free to go along and, you know, turn them all into industrial wastelands, effectively. I mean, it's pretty, but... Pretty industrial wasteland, but still an industrial wasteland. So yeah, I wondered if it would be some kind of response to that mechanism, you know, that the more you build, the more they attack, sort of thing. How's your art game going on? Oh, hello, Welshberry. Turn up, say, I need to consume this planet to build a Dyson Sphere and begin the QPUs. Yeah, I mean, that, you know, that's what we're here for, you know. We are here to... I mean, I don't know if you know anything. I mean, Dyson Spheres are completely unrealistic. It's not... You couldn't do it because the physics doesn't work. Plus, you'd have no way... If you have a perfect sphere around a star, there's no net gravitational effect. So basically, they're completely unstable and they would, you know, essentially fall into the star. But so they're not realistic anyway. But in order to make a Dyson Sphere, you know, assuming you got over that particular, you know, physics problem, you would basically need to consume an entire planetary system. So you would need to just, you know, crush up all of the asteroids, all of the planets, all of everything, and in order to, because they are so massive, so big, that I mean, literally, I mean, you know, for the solar system, it would literally be, you know, every single element, you know, in all of Jupiter and Saturn and all of them, all of the asteroids, you'd have to use it all to make, you know, the Dyson Sphere, which I say is because it's a tensile strength problem as well. You can't, there's no material that could do that, and of course you would have to, you know, work out how to do like nuclear, well, basically you'd have to change all of those atoms into something else, and it's just like it's like this basically completely ridiculous. I mean, he didn't when he proposed it, it wasn't serious. A Dyson swarm is what you would do. You would, you know, having a whole, or, you know, even ring worlds would work, although again some issues there with stability, but yeah, a Dyson Sphere is completely bonkers. But you would literally turn up if you were like, right, we're going to turn this into a Dyson Sphere and just hoover up every single bit of matter in the entire solar system. But yeah, right. So we need to we need to get all of this into a planetary thing, so that I can then go and consume it back home. I think. I say ultimately what I need to do is process it here, because it's not really practical to just have oil moving around. But I've got all the things set up. It's a lot easier at the home planet at the moment just to set up some, you know, receivers for the oil and use it that way. And then long term we can actually start processing it here into, you know, all the lovely things that we need and want. Right, so if we pop that in the middle there, maybe. Maybe there? DSP space faring alien races, there will be a mod at some point. Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Somebody will introduce it in that way. Sphere itself would be designed to resist the gravitational effects. You'd also need to vent heat energy and stellar matter star gives off. Need to dismantle planets because you're building something like this from mining ore. Yeah, so, you know, it's I say when he proposed it, Freeman Dyson, he never really, you know, it was a fanciful idea sort of thing. But yeah, it'd be, you know, amazingly cool to do it. It's one of those things as well, isn't it, where they, people have sort of run with it. Oh, I'm using green belt, but there you go. And it's like they take it as like a measure of your civilization, of how much your star, you know, star's energy you're consuming or using, sort of thing. Ark is going well. I've started breeding dinos ready for boss fights, so a week of that and I'll be ready for the first round. Need to find some better Rexes for the King Kong boss though. Is that, I mean, when you say stuff like that, it does sound amazing. I am tempted to give it a go. I do actually, I think I said before, I do actually own it on Epic Game Store because I think they gave it away at one point. But I think you said that in order to actually complete it, you need to buy the DLCs. Is that right? Let's just stick, because these are annoyingly far apart. Right, let's put them there and then find, I guess here maybe. So it's too far for one, so something like that work? I never really trust the purple lines it shows. They never seem to quite match up with what happens. Okay, so is that enough power? Are you going to work? Yep, lovely, jubbly. I say this is a rubbish way of doing this, but it just lets me keep my own planet going a bit better. And we do need to nip over to the other one because I'm pretty sure I forgot to put them in. Let's split that, put them in. And we want local demand because I've already done one of them. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. It's free on Game Pass. Oh, of course it is, yeah. I believe with all DLC, okay. But yes, most of the story is not behind pages. See. Also, I mean, are you? I don't know whether it's relevant because obviously they're doing Ark 2, aren't they? They're doing a sequel to it. But I don't know if that is like generally in, because I know some of these games, it's a bit like, well, it's not really a bit like, but like Overwatch 2, I don't think the Overwatch community is particularly really interested in Overwatch 2 because they just like playing Overwatch. But so I don't know if that, you know, I don't know if people are hyped for that sort of thing. But it's a fascinating thing, sort of thing, that because it's got Vin Diesel in it, isn't it? And he won't have come cheap, so it makes you wonder how much money they've made. And I think a lot of these games like that take off, they're basically printing money, basically, and yet they sort of fade into the background in a sense of the sort of, you know, you don't see coverage of, you know, Ark and all that sort of stuff in the games media because it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of an odd disparity really. You'd think that with such a big community, a number of players, etc., they get more coverage. It's like Minecraft. Minecraft is still enormous. It's like one of the most played games, and YouTube is just like, well, I mean, on Twitch as well, there's like, there'll be thousands of people streaming Minecraft, but When was the last time you saw a Minecraft story in, you know, I don't know, IGN or PC Gamer or something? Just seems to get sort of, they sort of forget about them in a sense. It's weird. Right, so that's us sort of set up with just about all of the weird and exotic materials. I haven't got the, I didn't get whatchamacallit, the kimberlite ores anyway, did I? But we need to head back over to there, don't we? To just check whether I'm not sure, I can't remember. I don't think I ordered up warpers, basically. So we could go and see if we can get any kimberlite oil. I couldn't build another one of the level 2 miners though. I think I'll just head back home. It's 10 to 7 anyway, so right, let's fire off over here. Not too sure how up 2 will play out. I'll probably wait till it's been out for a while. Yeah. My next big, the thing I'm playing the Hitman. I'm basically playing all the Hitmans through, and I'm gonna try and play the VR because I'm sort of lucky enough to get a Quest headset for Christmas. But I don't think I've really. I mean, it's, you know, brand new. I probably make me throw up at the moment. Just played that, but next big one for me is Total War Warhammer 3. Always sort of... No, I didn't order warpers, you see. I didn't order warpers. Always sort of loved the... or enjoyed the... Total War games, like, conceptually, but found a lot of them a little bit... I bet we've run out of warpers, and that's why that's just sat there doing nothing. Interesting. Yeah, but say in practice I've sort of struggled with a lot of them. I'm not really kind of... Wait. Oh, that's just a light effect, is it? I was going to say, there's not a planet right up close to... No, it's just the way the light's shining on it. Okay, so if I head home... Super Nilganubi. Because one of these had... No, you see, that's optical. I was going to say, if that was on the way, I think that was... So that's got the kimberlite oil. Or... So that's quite close as well. Oh, I'm not about to crash. Oh, I'm about to crash into the sun. See, I love the detail they've gone to on all these. They didn't have to bother with this. I mean, look, it's got solar flares and... I mean, not, you know, not proper ones, sort of thing, but a fair approximation. So pretty. Yes, so let's head home. And I'll get the bits and pieces that I need to make a few more. I can order up optical crystal gratings, and I could probably add them to my production hub, couldn't I? Right, so off we go. Kind of got a Riddick vibe. Okay. To the last story parts of Ark. Interesting, interesting. I've ordered DLC for Total War, Warhammer 1 and 2, and I'll be getting 3 at some point. Not very good at it on most part, but I do enjoy playing sometimes. Yeah, I sort of I mean, I've got all of the DLC as well, but there's so much of it in the sense that there are so many different races and factions and stuff like that that I haven't actually played half of them, because they did that thing where they're asymmetrical, you know, where it's completely different basically. Whoa, oh my God. completely different. What's going on there? Oh, there we go. Completely different. Where's? Oh, there we go. Completely different like ways of playing, which is good, but it means it's, you know, it's not just like well, like dwarves are just completely different to elves, and it's just like so much to get your head round. I say I've hardly played half of the factions. Right, there we are. We're back home. Okay, let's turn the indicator off. Turn that off. Right. So in theory, I think I'm gonna sort of. In fact, let's find. Where are the warpers? Because there's somewhere. Oh, there they are. Are they? No. That's that's glass. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so there's just none. I mean, I've only got 2 machines making warpers, really. So, and they're used in such small numbers that it's like it takes like 100 over there, and that'll last hours and hours and hours. But yeah, I could do with making some more. I think. I wonder if I've got the strange matter. It might be in low supply as well. Okay. You can make them out of green cubes, can't you? But then I'm not making hardly any green cubes. Oh, does this not use purple? Or are we just out of purple? Oh, it doesn't use purple. Huh. What am I short of? In fact, let's go and investigate the science. Because we should really start scale. I keep saying this, but I need to scale up basically. Because it'll take a long time at the current rate of doing science to sort of get through everything. But I suspect a lot of the production is. I mean, look, I haven't even upgraded a lot of these machines. So you've got blue. What are you running out of? Reds? Greens? Purple? Oh, is it? Oh no, it's blue. Okay. And why are you short? Why are you short? It's still 3,000. This is the proliferators. You can switch between them. I say I should really go around and start setting some of that stuff up as well. It's getting more, as I understand it, it gives you more stuff, but you can also do it on the, I believe you can, you know, but it does, you can't switch, it always gives you speed, I think, or something. I can't remember what they said. Put the proliferators on there. So it's blue that's sort of limited by the looks of things. I wonder why it is limited. That doesn't sort of make sense if... Because it's not like it's running out of magnets and stuff. Maybe I didn't increase... Maybe I didn't add on extra machines when I should have done. So... let's have a look. So they take 3 seconds to make one, and they take 6 seconds to make one. No, I've done 1 a second for each one. So why is that so burnt through? I guess it must just be because it's used in everything. Every science uses blue. But so they're not running out of stuff that I can tell. Yeah. Anyway, I need to rip all this down really and do a proper science build. So we've got pretty much. I mean, some of these I would need to make more of fundamentally anyway. But you know, we got circuits all over the place and magnets, and we don't need these builds here anymore. I think this is the only place I'm making titanium crystals. But yeah, I've started some of that process, but I've not really got anywhere with it. It's crazy. I played about 5 different races, but my favourite race is Skaven. Oh, right. But you can't play them. To be fair, my one for fantasy race has been Skaven long before. Oh, right, okay. Factories scaling up is what all these factory builds are about. Yeah, it's the name of the game ultimately, isn't it? But why? You can't play Skaven because you've not got that DLC, or do you mean you just rubbish at them? I like this. I like the Skaven, it's like, I'll be honest. I mean, I never really particularly enjoyed the Warhammer desktop, tabletop game, or 40k really. I always found them a bit tedious to play. But the lore and the because I used to, paint miniatures as a kid, basically, as in tanks and all that sort of stuff. But I always really liked painting the miniatures because they're really detailed and stuff. And yeah, I like the Skaven, quite fun from that point of view. But I didn't really like them in in the fantasy game because I'm not great with those horde armies. I'm better with the ones where it's like smaller, more like powerful units. I'm usually better when they're doing that, or like the dwarves where it's a lot of long range artillery. But when you've got like 1 million units in each army, I get a bit confused very quickly. They also tend to run away a lot, don't they? They don't have a lot of very high morale in that game, I don't think. Oh, it's because you're rubbish. Sorry. It's like complicated chess. The figures are cool. Tabletop I can't play because it's too long-winded. Yeah, it takes ages. They I mean, it's like an entire afternoon to do even like a small skirmish, which I'm sure that's what the people who play it religiously enjoy. But I always found it a bit sort of. And you always end up having to read through the rule book over and over again, and it's like this is so complicated. Don't really have time to learn it. Anyway, yeah, so it's 7 o'clock, so I need to knock off anyway. But I say basically it's all about the scale up now, and the Dyson Sphere, partly to stop me from ploughing on with. Have we got any rockets on the go? Because it doesn't seem to have changed. I wonder if I've run out of rockets as well. Where the heck are they? I have no clue where they are. But yeah, it's about getting more of everything on the go, basically. And it works. The international, delivery system. Not them. Bringing, not them either. Where am I looking? Bringing these bits and pieces around. It's quite good because it stops me having to travel back and forth. But I say I need to expand it a little bit for the extra bits and pieces, and then I need to really scale. I mean, these can now get warpers in them. Not warpers, lenses. So we can probably draw more power out of the system already. Yeah, so we can probably get more power out of more continuous power as well. But where the heck are my rockets? Why are you not launching? I bet this is what I was saying last time about basically having run out of stuff. Oh dear. There they are. Well, there's 2 of them. So what are you lacking? What are you waiting on? You've not got components. Components are out of frame materials. Yeah, that makes sense, because I've got like 2 machines making frame materials basically somewhere. Somewhere lost in the depths. So yeah, so if we can get... I need to offshore, effectively, off-planet, more stuff. Because I can get rid of, you know... Well, like... prism production, we can make all of that on a different planet and free up a bit of space. I mean, all of these, I've got loads of these being made on other planets, so I don't really need them here anymore. And then the more complicated, more novel things, we got them. And if I can get all of the ores going, I can also start using a lot of the alternate recipes. Because what we lack in... I said I'm going to go and then I'm prattling on again. So I've got the fire ice. We've got that one on the go already. Kimberlite's one we've not got exploited. Obviously sulfuric acid, now we've got a little bit of that. We've not got the thing is... Casimir's becomes a little tricky now because we want to use the crystals for these things really, because they're well easy to use. And I haven't got any carbon nanotubes yet, have I? Okay. Yeah, so as I say, I will play this during the week when I'm not hitmanning. And that. So this last stream of the week, in fact, let's get me scheduled up. I'll be back on Friday. This is not exactly right for next week. I'll do a new schedule, but we're back on Friday with more Dyson Sphere Program. Might end up starting that slightly late. I've got a work thing that's going on to a weird time that I'm not happy about, but can't really avoid it. Saturday and Sunday... Oh no, I am going to do blueprints again, aren't I? Certainly on the Saturday we'll do blueprints, and we'll finish off those designs. I may do trains as well, in which case I'll probably do it on Sunday. I could make this more generic and then that would work better. But I'm quite keen to also get back to the aesthetic Factorio and also start the Crucial series. So it's TBD what I do Factorio at the weekend. And then back for some more Dyson Sphere Program on Monday. We shouldn't be that far off, I say, other than the fact that I'm not making hardly anything. It's all about the scale up now. Because you know, to make more technology, more science, we need more stuff. To make more stuff, we need power. To make more power, we need more stuff. So it's all needs making basically. Yeah. So if you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. You can find me on obviously Twitch, Trismegistus. And then on YouTube and Twitter, it's Trismegistus is the channel and name, but it's alias to Triggles if you're looking for me there. I archive all of the VODs to YouTube if you wanted to catch up on this series or any of the other series I've done. Yeah, so I say, if you've been watching and you've enjoyed it, you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.